Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining. My name is Farhan Imtiaz. I am in the cybersecurity business for the last 15 years. Currently, I'm leading the cybersecurity technical services and consulting unit in Dimension Data Middle East. We recently had a successful engagement with a leading partner in aviation and delivered a cutting-edge cybersecurity solution. Today, I will talk about how to counter the significant cybersecurity threats to the aviation industry. Let's move over the presentation. I have a slot of 20 minutes, which means we will be covering macro items. The Dimension Data Middle East team is available after the conference to discuss your problems and challenges in details. As we continue to grow our services and portfolio in the region, we intend to have solutions relevant to our client business needs. I will start by talking about the aviation industry's global economic importance and what is at stake when securing the aviation sector from the advanced cyber threats. The aviation industry connects the whole world. According to a report published by aviationbenefits.org, the aviation industry supports up to 3.5 trillion USD in the world's economic activity. The global air transport industry is larger than both the automobile manufacturing and pharmaceutical manufacturing industries. So the numbers we have at stake are dire to be concerned about. If we further do the breakdown of the 3.5 trillion, 961 billion contributes to the direct global GDP. The world's airline carry over 4 billion passengers a year and nearly 61 million tons of freight. So providing these services create 11.3 million direct jobs. The aviation sector further adds 816 billion in indirect to the global GDP. These includes jobs and benefits of suppliers to the air transport industry, such as aviation fuel suppliers, construction companies, supplier of the subcomponents used in aircraft, IT, call center, and many others. The aviation sector is the backbone of the world's tourism GDP. Tourism is fast becoming one of the world's largest industries. Conservative analysis suggests that aviation supports USD 1 trillion in economic activity within the tourism industry. Next, we're going to look at the regional importance of the aviation industry. So the aviation industry of the Middle Eastern countries play a crucial role in the region's social and economic development and well-being. UAE offers one of the most attractive tourism opportunities. As per the UAE government portal, Dubai welcomed a record of 16.7 million tourists in 2019. The travel and tourism sector's total contribution to the UAE GDP last year was USD 43.3 billion, which is 12.1% of the national GDP. And it is forecast to rise by 4.9% per annum to USD 72 billion, which would be 12.4% of GDP in 2027. If we look at the other important countries, the major countries in the Middle East, the Hajj to Makkah in Saudi Arabia is considered the world's largest human gathering with almost 2.5 million pilgrims in 2019. Aviation also has a significant role in the major regional economic plans, such as the Saudi Vision 2030. The Saudi Vision 2030 plan is to reduce the economic dependency on oil-based revenue. The Vision 2030 plan puts a very high percentage of the national GDP forecast on tourism activity. Governments and national economies across the globe thrive on the money coming from tourism. So the bottom line is that the stakes are incredibly high when it comes to availability, security, and customer satisfaction in the aviation sector. So moving on, we can see on this slide that cyber attacks can significantly impact the aviation services availability, security, and customer satisfaction. I have few reports. A report published by Telegraph suggests that the hackers could control the plane using in-flight entertainment system. Research showed that major airlines' in-flight entertainment system could let hackers access planes control, which is quite scary. Another report published by Financial Times tells us that the US Department of Homeland Security official hacked into the system of a Boeing 757 passenger aircraft parked in the airport in Atlantic City. How did it happen? It was a remote, non-cooperative penetration, and it was done without insider help or being onboarding using typical stuff that could get through security. The second event I have is a report by CNBC that gives us the information about the 10 planes and around 1,400 passengers of the Polish airliner with the name of LOT were grounded after a major hacking attack jammed the carrier's systems. So what happened actually, the LOT's computer system suffered an attack, leaving it unable to send flight plans to the aircraft before takeoff. Okay, so without this document, which details the route, weather, and other important information, the plane could not fly. The hackers carried out a distributed denial of service attack. So what is a brief about DDoS? It overwhelms a network with the traffic. And in this particular case, the motive of the attacker was not clear. The third and the last incident I want to share with you guys on this slide is the breach that occurred in Australia. It potentially exposed the personal details of those applying for a security check. It happened at the website of Aviation ID Australia, a company providing aviation security cards to regional airports in Australia. So what do we learn from this revelation? This revelation has raised serious questions about aviation's exposure to cyber attacks as aircrafts, airports, and air traffic control systems become increasingly reliant on digital systems. Moving on this slide, I will talk about the common attack vectors used to penetrate the aircraft systems, passenger cabins, airport, and air traffic control systems. We have all sort of IT and OT systems operating in the environment that make up the aviation operations. These systems work in isolation and also in harmony where permitted and required. A disruption in a single system, electronic system, digital system, can bring down the entire ecosystem. Let's discuss the cockpit system first. In flight, the bad actor can use the cockpit system software upgrade to push an update with malicious content. Another way is the communication to the air traffic control tower from the cockpit can be intercepted, and it is crucial to flight operations. This communication can be used for bad intentions. The next major vectors are ground systems. So aviation ground systems have many applications. And they can be running on legacy operating systems with vulnerabilities that can be exploited. We also have interconnected networks connecting the OT and IT devices and system. Lately, there are also discussions on the passenger cabin system vulnerabilities. And few reports suggest that the pilot and the aircraft data can be modified through the cabin channels. Or a bad actor can use the cabin multimedia to play unauthorized content or use it for identity theft. Lastly, I have the attack vectors that can adversely impact the airport and the air traffic control tower systems. The airport and air traffic control systems require 100% uptime. These are systems such as the boarding system, baggage check-in, scanning, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, air traffic control systems. Similarly, TRACON and local air traffic controller systems that assist with the landing and takeoff of the flights. So the key findings is that the adversaries continue to innovate. The remote code execution and injection attacks account for 29% of all attacks. All vulnerabilities are still an active target. We have a lot of OT systems that are installed on legacy operating systems, though that are not even supported by the vendors anymore. And the bad actors are using old vulnerabilities and as an active target. Attackers are focusing on vulnerabilities that are old and have patches available. Another challenge for the aviation is that it is also a target of aviation IoT weaponization attacks. IoT devices continue to be compromised. The re-emergence of Mirage and variants has helped widen the spread of IoT attacks. Another finding is the content managed systems are also heavily targeted. Close to 55% of all attacks are applications specific. And recently, we also see the emergence of intense regulation and compliance requirements from the governments. Governance, risk, and compliance are becoming a significant challenge for the businesses when it comes to the government regulated bodies. So here I want to talk about a use case we successfully delivered for a major player in aviation. The client had a business-driven IT security requirement and needed an improved, harmonized, simplified protection to the varying business demand with a massive focus on stability, availability for a set of applications, and agility for another group of services. So the client requirement was to incorporate microsegmentation into our solution to protect its critical assets to restrict and inspect the environment's lateral movement. Lateral movement is the east-west traffic within our data center. The significant challenges for the clients were, number one, harmonizing the currently siloed organization architecture and operation. The client was keen to use the leading technology opportunities related to hybrid cloud, BYOD, software-defined data center, agility, automation, and cybersecurity. So the best design is the simple one. We were tasked to simplify the architecture and operations to reduce cost while respecting the differences between the business critical versus non-critical environments. So what was our approach? We started with our consultancy, started from the client's DC cloud vision, their segregation strategy, and the Gartner's bi-model IT concept. We understood the security strategy, vision, along with the business and IT objectives. A formal assessment and discovery was done to capture requirements related to security policy, business, IT infrastructure, and services architecture. So we also did a formal evaluation of the evaluation of the current security controls, strength using the security validation and assurance service from Dimension data. We did the security control and process gaps assessment using our cybersecurity advisory services. The approach was to propose a strategic roadmap and develop a business case of the proposed solution and changes in the environment. So as a result, the resulting deliverable and the use case outcome was that we successfully delivered the Gartner by model based segregation model architecture together with the phased evolution path to IT security infrastructure and harmonization. And now we are requested to assess in translating business requirements into IT solutions and services. So Dimension Data delivered cutting-edge technology solutions to the global and regional aviation market. We have done discovery, asset management, identity management, consulting, secure by design, and data center security projects. So the next question you may have by now is what should be focused? What you should be focused on? Well, start understanding your organization's goals. Identify acceptable risk and build cyber resilient capabilities that are essential to navigate the threat landscape. You, as a cybersecurity business leader, must change how you think and apply security and transform from a reactive mindset to a more effective, proactive, and intelligent driven approach. If your organization is not leveraging organic threat intelligence capabilities or actively collaborating in threat intelligent communities, it will be at a disadvantage while attempting to manage risk. You, as a cybersecurity defender, should focus on leveraging standards, knowledge bases, and frameworks defined by global bodies to help manage risks and achieve cyber resiliency. By now, you may be thinking where to start. The first thing you need to know is to know your environment and go through a formal environment discovery for IT and OT systems. Have a full visibility into your landscape, into your business landscape, business processes. And no job can be done without the support of the executive. So it is imperative to get the executive buy in and blessing from the beginning. Start by defining the cyber strategy. Your security strategy should be fully aligned and complementing your business and IT strategy. Believe me, standards and frameworks go a long way. They help standardize your operation and reduce the chances of a process failure. Your whole cyber effort should be around safeguarding the assets from the physical and logical threats. It is therefore essential for you to have a complete asset inventory with the categorization and classification based on the business relevance and importance. Another key success factor for aviation is you need to identify all the IT OT critical services. It is a well-known saying that you cannot protect what you cannot see. So have complete visibility into the endpoints, systems, networks, events, and sessions. And remember, people are the key to success. Employ skilled cybersecurity technical and consulting resources. Very important for us to physically or logically isolate the IT from the OT environments where possible and introduce firewall and maximum protection between the two environments. The last two essentials are tailored and focused security awareness and proactive monitoring using a security operation center. So as dimension data, how can we help our clients? We can help our clients using a variety of methods. We prefer to have a consulting-led engagement to help fix a business problem using our global technology and consulting platforms and our experience. I will talk more about consulting specialties in the next slide. When it comes to infrastructure security, we certainly have the traditional infrastructure protection and the network security. But we also have offerings like mobile and endpoint security, data center security, how to secure data in transit and at rest, how to encrypt it, and prevent leaks. We can also help with the threat management to detect anomalies and quickly respond to them. Another key factor is identifying where we can help you identify identity and access management across the entire stack and help you build your capability in identity and access management, be on premise or cloud. When it comes to cloud, we offer multi-cloud solutions. We protect data in a consistent fashion across different public cloud environments, focusing on providing visibility, advising and assessing the security posture, and selecting the right controls when it comes to the cloud security. Another key service we have that we are extending to our clients is our secure access service. We can empower your employees to be more productive while securing access to all applications, systems across your hybrid IT environment. We leverage this. We leverage the power of identity governance solution to quickly deliver security, compliance, and productivity across the business and improve organizational efficiencies with implementation of least privilege approach when it comes to the secure access. We are also very strong in business continuity. We offer a comprehensive suite of solutions to build a cyber resilient organization. Our solutions can help you detect potential threats, protect yourself against security breaches, and respond effectively if or when a threat materializes. We are innovative managed security providers with the customer satisfaction at the heart of our MSSP operations. We, for the regional clients, we operate managed security and security operation services from our SOCs in UAE and our SOC in Riyadh. So we have two cutting edge SOCs in the region. So we offer state-of-the-art advisory services. These advisory services are our core strength. Our key cybersecurity services are cybersecurity assurance services. So basically, we go in and look at your current security posture. We try to penetrate into your environment using different techniques, tools, and exercises. We also have a very strong cybersecurity governance, risk, and compliance service where we help you uplift your governance and risk standards, support you with your ISMS establishment, support you comply with the local and global regulations. We're also very good in business cybersecurity strategy services. We have delivered cybersecurity strategy services to a wide customer base across the globe, cybersecurity architecture and design services. And finally, we are also offering cybersecurity incident management and response services to our clients all over different regions. We can help at any point of the security lifecycle, be it for the management related to your operations, maintenance, or support, be it for the controls, where you need our help with the platform, automation, configuration review, integrations, threat intel, architecture, consulting, business requirement, workshops, and strategy. So if you still have this question that why dimension data, we have over 700 security specialists and architects and engineers across the globe. Working with entity, we have over 2,000 cybersecurity specialists. We have security professionals who are certified to the highest level across multiple vendors, technologies, and industry standards. We are working with our top five global security partners to transform digital workloads to our cloud platform. We have proven experience, 15-year track record in security solutions. We have done thousands of security projects with clients spanning across multiple industries. With the help of our 11 global SOCs, we have threat intelligence-based global insights to the latest threats, IOCs, APT groups, advanced attacks, and campaigns. I want to thank you for your participation, and I hope you will have learned valuable information. Dimension Data team is available to take any further questions in the chat box and discussions in the virtual booth. Thank you.